Good evening, my lovely Aquarian friends. This is Kimberly, and I'm Garden Witch Tarot. You can email me at gardenwitchtarot@gmail.com if you're interested in a private reading. I will be doing some of those on a limited basis. For those of you who have watched my channel before, you know that I've been gone for some time, and I just had some personal things, trying to balance my life and figure things out. But I'm back. And for those of you who are first-time viewers, welcome to my channel, and I hope you enjoy my style of reading. So we will be using the Everyday Witch Tarot by Deborah Blake. I love this deck, and we will be reading for the end of April, beginning of May 2018. And this is for you, Aquarius. So let's see what's going on with our Aquarian friends. I do also want to say that, you know, some of the feedback I get quite a bit is that, oh, that didn't apply to me, or you don't know what you're doing because the reading didn't have anything to do with my situation. Well, there's 7 billion people in the world, and my general reading can't apply to everybody. So, but keep watching, and there may be another reading that really does apply to you. Check out your moon or rising sign. Those might apply to you. Or look at a different reader. Somebody else may be more in tune with what you're going through. Okay, so Aquarius, end of April, beginning of May. We just had the 7 of Swords pop out of the deck. So maybe you need to get away from something. Maybe there's this sense of getting out of a situation with what you can and still having to leave something behind. Like a sneakiness. This can be sneakiness, like deception, trying to get away with something behind somebody's back. But this can also be like a very defensive thing, like you need to protect yourself from losing everything, and you may have to make choices about, you know, you can see this witch has 5 swords with her. She's leaving 2 on the wall, and she's like, looks like she's sneaking out of there. So it may not be as much of a sneaky sneak, which it certainly can be, just deception. But it can also be, like I said, you know, you needing to protect yourself from a situation and getting out there, prioritizing, you know, do I stay and keep everything, or do I get out with what I can and then rebuild from there? So some of you are going to know what that means. And then these 2 cards just popped out too. There is the King of Cups and Temperance. So the King of Cups is the card of Scorpio, and then Temperance here is a card of Sagittarius. Some of you may be dealing with Scorpio or Sagittarius. But I don't like to always assign people to these cards. Some of you may be just dealing in a romantic situation, a romantic situation with somebody who you really feel is genuine and loving, mature, kind of on your level. Or this could be you, you know, ready to be that solid person emotionally that's available to somebody else. And then Temperance is often about finding a balance. And you can see that I love this card in this deck because this witch is doing yoga and she's literally balancing. But you can see she has one eye open. She's kind of peeking around and seeing what's going on. So it's not like a blindly, you know, allowing things to happen. It's using the knowledge that you have to center yourself. Okay, so it may be that, you know, you have this situation where you're having to get out of something, out of a situation to preserve yourself, and you know that it's like the emotionally healthy and responsible thing to do. Like it's for your own good, and it's a bummer that you have to leave these 2 swords behind, but you know that this is gonna be what leads you to this point where you're available to be there for other people, as that solid emotional support, and you may know that this is about centering yourself. Okay, so let's go on, Aquarius. Those of you who that applies to, you're going to know who you are and know exactly what I'm talking about. We've got another one coming out here. This is the Page of Pentacles. This is about coming to a crossroads or a decision of... The Page of Pentacles has something to offer, and, you know, he's got choices. In this depiction of him, there's this map that's here on the road. I don't know how well you can see it, but this map is laid out in front of him, and then there's a signpost here. It's like this way or that way, and he's got the map laid out in front of him. He's flipping a coin, so there's almost this sense of like, whatever way he goes, he knows it's going to work out. Like, he looks totally confident. So there's an offer maybe coming from somewhere, or it may just be that you're weighing your options right now. You're centering yourself. You know that there's a situation that is maybe not healthy for you, and you're trying to figure out, maybe you're trying to figure out, how do I get out of this? How do I get out of this? Do I, you know, how many swords? Which swords? Which areas? Because you know you have to sacrifice something in order to move on. And what do you need to sacrifice? What has to give in order for you to get to this emotionally centered place? And this is almost like saying, you know that no matter what way you go, it's going to be okay. You know, it's like, flip a coin, Aquarius. If you go this way or that way, it's going to lead to something okay. You're going to be okay. That's what I'm getting at. So we're going to keep on going here. Let me lay this all out this way. I think I may look for an outcome card. Can I get an outcome to this situation, please, for Aquarius? End of April, beginning of May. This situation that's going on, these decisions that need to be made, self-preservation, balance, centering. I would like an outcome card, please. And I just have a big mess. Okay, and here it is. Pardon me, Aquarius, I just dropped all my cards. So out of all of that, and we're not going to go through all those cards, but out of all of that, there's one card that did land face up, and it is the Nine of Swords. So, you know, Aquarius, you're an air sign, so these swords here are not necessarily, I mean, they could just be speaking to, this really applies to you, Aquarius. And it looks like you're in your headspace. This is the outcome, like kind of losing sleep and worrying about it. You may not have the confidence to know that either way that you go, that it's going to be okay. It looks like there's a lot of worry, trying to figure this out, even though you know you want to be this emotionally healthy person, and you know you need to center yourself. It's like you're having a really hard time centering yourself, and you're in your headspace, like you're literally losing sleep over this situation. So let's shuffle again. What have we got? What is this situation? What is this situation that Aquarius is dealing with? Okay. These cards popped out. I haven't had a reading quite like this since I got back, so love it. We've got the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. So some of you may feel like this is really like your security is at stake. The Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very secure. It's also the card of the Capricorn. Some of you may be dealing with a Capricorn who is really not a nice person, like somebody who's materialistic and will take advantage of you in order to enhance their material gain. So it's really unhealthy. So it could be that you are channeling this. It could be that the reason you're having such a hard time making this decision is because, like I said, you're concerned about your material wealth, and that's legitimate. I mean, you know, the things that you have are the things that you have, and you know, having to give up things is traumatic and hard. But this can also be just about security. So I'm not really sure yet. We're gonna keep going and see if we can get a better read on that one card. But we've then got the Devil in reverse. The Devil in reverse is about being really codependent. So I don't feel like this is necessarily a person. For a few of you, this may be a person who's really shady and like uses people. But I really feel like this is just like the reason you're losing sleep and having a difficult time deciding what's best for you, how to get out of whatever it is, how to move on from the situation with as much of yourself intact as you possibly can have, is because this really affects your security, the decision that you're dealing with. And you may have been in this situation for a really, really long time, and so it's hard for you to imagine, like, for instance, you may have been married for 20 years or something like that, and you're considering leaving that relationship, and it's like, how do you do that? You don't know anything else, or you don't know anything for the last 20 years except for this person. And that's scary. That's super duper scary. And then we have the Four of Cups in the reverse. So there's this real sense of loss. Like, this guy in the Four of Cups, he's looking at these three cups, and he's trying to kind of figure it out, but he's so focused on that he doesn't see that there's another cup coming in behind him through the doorway. So this is in the reverse for you guys. So it could be that you're really, really, again, need to change your thinking a little bit. Try thinking about something in another way, like in a positive way. It may be that you are just thinking, okay, if I get out of this situation, I'm going to lose this. I'm not going to be able to afford this, or this. It's going to change my lifestyle in this, and this way. It's scary because of this, or I may, I may lose such and such, or if I change jobs, like I really like this, and this about this job, and I'm not sure if this other job is going to have the same benefits, kind of thing, as far as schedule and that kind of thing. But maybe instead of looking at like what is going to change or what's going to lose, like what you're going to lose or how it's going to possibly negatively impact you, think about, well, I can go back to school if I, let's say you're in a situation where you may have to move back in with your parents or something like that. Like, well, I can still ask them for an allowance. So that's probably not going to happen, but something like that. Try to think of the positive things that can come. Especially if this has to do with somebody wanting to get out of a relationship of some sort. If you're considering getting out of a relationship, and you may be thinking, I'm secure with this person. There's this sense of codependency, and this is going to really affect my lifestyle in these ways, and try to think about, you are going to be an emotionally more healthy person. For some of you, it may be that there's a Scorpio waiting for you. But in the end here, we have the Three of Cups. So the Three of Cups is about happy communion, like with friends. This is three witches, the mother, maid, and crone is who this is depicted in this card. But you can see there's moonlight, so there's secrets that are being revealed. They are communing together. They have their cups in the air. They're clearly celebrating. It's almost with the darkness of this card and the moonlight, it's almost like they are celebrating the secrets of their femininity, you know, like this is what we as women, you know, mother and daughter and sister, this is what we do. We take care of each other. So you know, some of you may need to depend on your friends some more. Go out and do something. Get connected with the people that love you, so that you can maybe get some clarity on this situation, because you're really in your headspace, and it's because my real feeling is that it's because you've been in this situation for so long that it's really hard for you to think about what is even outside of this situation. Like, what does my life look like outside of this situation even? And it's very hard to comprehend, because I get the feeling that you've been in this situation for a long time. But I feel like you know that that this is, and look, we're at the, you can't see it very well from where you are. I don't think I can even move. But at the center of this whole thing is the temperance, is the balance, is getting centered. Okay? So think about what it is that's going to get you to that emotionally healthy, centered place, and just know that you've got options, and that no matter what way you go, your options are going to be good. You're going to be okay. Okay, Aquarius? So I know this is going to make sense to somebody, and I hope you will comment and let me know who you are. We're going to do a do-over because I just lost a grip on those. So now we're going to go to an Oracle deck. This is the Oracle of E, and it's by Pam Grout and Colette Baron-Reed. It's modern and a lot of fun. I really like this Oracle deck. What have we got for Aquarius? End of April, beginning of May 2018. Here we go. And it's number 10, over your shoulder. So let's go to our Oracle book and read the number 10 card. Over your shoulder, those recurring patterns in your life, throw them overboard. Whoever said those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it was full of bunk. You only repeat patterns when you continue to stare at them. You get hypnotized and then act them out. Take one last look back, if you must, and then say sayonara. We're good. Okay? So it's time. It's time to move forward. It's time to make that decision and take a movement forward. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. I know you're worried about your security. I know you may be having a hard time imagining anything outside of the situation that you're in now, but it is gonna be okay. Okay? So that's what I've got for you now. Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed my reading. I hope you will come back. Please comment, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon.